Aye, that looks like we're live, so I'll just wait for some people to come on. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. This is Ben Laing from Scotland, and today I just want to share 3 simple SEO tips to help your website rank higher on Google. And the takeaways I want you to get from this is, number 1, the sort of keywords and where to place them. Number 2, the content marketing of your website. So that's kind of your ongoing strategy once you've got your website prepared and in place. And then number 3, the Google My Business, which is a service that Google are offering basically to let your website show up on the search results when you go on and search something locally and you want to find a restaurant in Edinburgh, for my example. So I'll give you a wee introduction about myself. I'm from a small village called Auchtertool, and I've currently moved over to a place called North Berwick, which is just outside Edinburgh, where I met Richard Moore, and he was doing a talk at the Entrepreneur Society at Edinburgh University. So I only moved over here last year from Fife, and basically I started up a business in 2011, where I help businesses get more sales online with WordPress websites. So I build WordPress websites for my clients, and search engine optimizations, which is what I'm going to be teaching today, and social media marketing. And the main things I do aim to get with this business is helping people achieve their goals online to get more sales for their website. But another thing I found I'm passionate about is the helping side of things, helping people get more sales. And one thing I enjoy from that is knowing that I've helped someone that's stuck to achieve their goals by getting more sales. And the passion that I found was helping people, and then I went into personal development because of this, because I understand the way to giving more value to people is through working on yourself and making yourself more valuable. And when you become more valuable, you become more helpful to other people. So I've got a new obsession over the last 4 years. I've been reading voraciously and lots of business books. So I created a group called Ben's Business Book Club, which is a growing community similar to this one, where a lot of people are basically sharing book reviews. I go on and share a weekly book review when I have time, and it's usually self-help entrepreneur books. So people are finding that very helpful. And the one thing I want to get into now is explaining what search engine optimization is. So SEO is the acronym, or the abbreviation, sorry. And to understand what search engine optimization is, you do need to understand the search engines. SEO is the preparation of your website to get it higher on the search results, what your customers are searching on Google to find you. But we'll go and explain so you understand what a search engine is first, because that's really important. I think it's roughly 70% of people actually go on Google and click on the organic search results over the pay-per-click. So that's why search engine optimization is so important, because you could be paying for your click. So every time someone clicks on those ads that go along the top of the search bar, after you've searched something comes up along the top, and then there's a bunch of ads that come down the right hand side. And search engine optimization is getting you into that free section that you can rank your website for free without paying. So that's what I want to explain. And search engines are anything that you can go onto and search and find something. Like Google's a search engine, Amazon's a search engine, Yahoo and Bing. And I talk about Google because 70% of people go on to Google and search for things rather than Yahoo and Bing. And that's the main one I want to focus on today for search engines. YouTube's even a search engine, so anything you can do a search and find something for, that is a search engine. So the way that Google work is they want to organise their mission, and they've said it themselves that their mission is to organise the world's information, and they want to provide the user that goes onto Google or their search engine, because they're competing against Yahoo and Bing, and they want to provide the user with the best search results when they go on, because that's what their service is, a search engine that gives you the answer that you're looking for. So you have a problem, you search into Google and you usually find the answer. And because Google have been so good at that with their system, they're the most popular search engine now. So that's why we'll be focusing on Google for this talk. So the next thing is, now that you understand kind of search terms, I call these keywords. So just in case you hear me saying keywords, they're the same thing, search terms that your target market are searching on Google to find a service that you offer, or they've got a problem and you've got that answer on a blog post or something. These are the kind of keywords that I'm talking about that people put into Google. And what you can do with these keywords is put them into your website, and you might not be able to physically do that yourself. You might need to get your web developer to do that, so you give him instructions to do that from these tips that I'm going to give you. So you have a website, you have a list of keywords that people are searching for. A one-wee tip here to find those keywords is asking your customers, or finding out what your customers are commonly asking you, and then they're most likely to go onto Google and search that as well. So that's a good wee tip for finding out what your customers might search to find services that you offer. So it's usually problems, and think about what you would type into Google if you had a problem on a service that you offer, and that's what you want to try and rank for. You can create blog posts around that. One place you can put them though is on your homepage, in your title, and this is also known as a title tag. And you can basically have, I think, 65 characters, and that's including spacing, where you can add in almost a sentence about what you do. So like for me, I have web design in North Berwick, where I'm from, so that's a local search. Fife, which is another area of Scotland that I'm targeting. I'm an online marketing consultant, so I've got that in my title. So you put your most important keywords into that title, and fit as many in as possible, but describe what your service is as well. Another place you can put it into is the header tag, and that's also known as the H1 tag. Again, you could, if you have a WordPress website, you can install the Yoast SEO plugin, and you can do that yourself. Or you can ask your developer, your website developer, to do that for you. And just tell them that Ben told you that you need to put in some keywords, so it doesn't just say home in your home page's title. And also in the header, that's just the header of your actual first article inside your website, and the actual description that you have on your website. And most people seem to put welcome to and then their company name. And what you're much better doing is putting, again, keywords into there, and that people lose a lot of opportunity to add keywords. And Google do look at these sort of things first: title, then the H1 tag. There's many others. There's roughly about 200 ranking factors that affect how your website ranks high, or like on the top of first page of Google, or way back onto like page 33. These are just two very important things that you could do today on your website and add keywords into. I meant to say that you can find keywords through the Google Keyword Planner, and that's a really good tool for finding keywords that people search, but also asking your customers these questions. So that's places you can add your keywords. Another tip number 2 for ways to optimize your website with search engine optimization is content marketing. And there's seems to be a thing out there that they're two different things. They're really the same thing. They've just got different names. So SEO needs content and content marketing, and content marketing needs a bit of SEO done to it, because without your content being optimized, it won't show up in Google, and then no one can find it. Obviously you can share it on social media channels and things, but you're missing a big opportunity to get your articles and blog posts out to more people. So that's just why I think that content marketing and SEO are almost the same thing. The one thing I would say is, instead of just creating average content, like I was mentioning, the frequently asked questions of your customers, that is what will make the content really relate with them, because you're answering their questions that they've been asking you, and your guess is that most of your other customers will probably be asking similar questions. There's also a very important part that you should create like really good content, which is obvious. Make epic content, not just normal content, and make sure that it's really good, because there's a thing with SEO now that we used to do link building, and link building in SEO is kind of an old technique to rank your website high, and you got this thing called a page rank, 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. So like Facebook has a 9 out of 10, I think, page rank, and a brand new website will start with a 0 out of 10. And as you move up from 1 to 2, that's your authority, Google's trust with your website, kind of building up. And with that, it's almost been wiped out, that whole thing. But the links are still important. So backlinks from other websites where your URL, your domain name link is being placed on somewhere else, like a social media post, and you put your website URL into there. If people can physically click on that and go to your website, that's called a backlink. And the more times that sort of link's been put out everywhere, the better. But what we used to do is go out and try and find everywhere we can to almost, well, I didn't do this, but this is like what people know SEO as, is just link spamming. And that's not the way to do it. You need to earn your links. That's the best way to explain it. Earn your links. Don't build links, earn them. So by earning them, create epic content that people will find really interesting. They'll comment on, they'll share with their friends, they'll share on social media, and you're growing those backlinks yourself naturally because people are sharing them. And then when that gets shared on their profile, it's then someone shares that after reading it, and the more it's shared, the better, because the more backlinks you get, and that helps your search engine optimization. So that's why content marketing and SEO come together. Another way of creating content, this is actually off topic of SEO a wee bit, but it's just something to help you create content, which is therefore will lead to better, more backlinks. So doing things like this, going on Facebook Live. I used to do Periscope videos when I was getting my Amazon Gold Rush course out and knowing about. I've been putting out some free tips on Periscope. And what you can do with Facebook, I know you can do the same with Facebook Live as well as Periscope. You can download your video after you've done the live broadcast, and it saves to your camera roll. So then you've got that video as content while people have also watched you live. So it's a way of like reusing that video that you've created live. You've saved it, now you can share it wherever you want. So you've got it on your camera, you can upload it to YouTube, and YouTube allow title tags, and you can put descriptions in there as well. So you can also rank on, just your video will be placed into Facebook, but it'll also be in YouTube. So people will search in YouTube as long as you put the right keywords in there. That's another place your video can show up. So use that video as much as you can, get as much out of it. Also, you can get someone on Fiverr, fiverr.com. That's a really good website I use often. You can get someone to transcribe the video content into an article, and transcription's just getting someone to write out the article in text for you. So you're then making two ways of that content. You've got a video, you've got the article, and then you can put that into a blog article and maybe write it out a wee bit better so it's better for the reader, and bullet point things or whatever. Then you've got a video on YouTube that's ranking somewhere for search terms if you put the keywords into the title, as I said, and you've got a blog article. What you can also do is embed that video into your article on your blog, on your website. So you've created a good article there with some like two ways of consuming your content. You've through the article, through reading it, and the other way by watching your video. So people like that sort of choice of like audio, video, and text. So give them what they want, and give them all the ways that you can possibly give them to consume your content. And then once you've got that on there, you can share the video, you can share the blog post link. Once you publish that blog post and you've got the video embedded in there, share that onto social media, and share it on all your social media channels like Instagram in your bio, Facebook, on your Facebook page, Facebook groups, targeted Facebook groups that are maybe not your own groups, and get that content out, because your content should be helpful, epic content that people will watch and find helpful and get a lot of value from it. Therefore, they'll probably share it or tag other people into it, and that should help it get a sort of viral effect. And so as many people see that and click back to your website. So that's another ranking factor, actually, is getting that click back to your website. And when you get more visits, which is called traffic, to your website, that's another sort of signal for Google to say this is a popular website, we'll rank it higher. And then you're getting these backlinks as well. So there's a bunch of things that you can do, like kind of off-page. The on-page stuff is like the keywords and where you put the keywords, but the off-page stuff is the sort of distribution of your content from your website. So keep creating articles monthly at least in your blog. Make sure you send people to your blog link rather than the YouTube link. So that's content marketing. The last one I wanted to cover quickly was Google My Business. Google My Business is basically, you can set your business up on, you go to google.com/business, and you can set up a local listing that gives you your sort of chance to show up when someone searches for a keyword locally. Like I was saying, restaurants in Edinburgh would be something I would search for. There'll be sort of the Google map will come up, and then you'll get like these reviews for websites, and you'll see the different companies that show up, the different restaurants that show up. Well, it's usually ranked by how much reviews they have, so you can tell right away that the reviews are actually a ranking factor. Also, another ranking factor for these sort of local search results are citations. And what I mean by citations is your company's name, your company's address, your company's phone number, and the URL of your website, which is a backlink. So if you add that information, the company name, address, phone number, URL, the link to your website, you can put that into at least 30 local business directories. So that's getting you backlinks, but they are also called citations because the amount of times that Google see that information, it has to be consistent across the internet. They can see you're a real company, that you exist in Google Map, or like in the maps on the directories, and put it into local directories and relevant business directories to your company. And that's one way to kind of get your business established in Google Maps and show up for those local searches that people search for as well. And that's different search terms that you can look into, like what people are searching in different local areas. So hopefully that helps. Now you should know a wee bit more about what keywords are, content marketing, and Google My Business and how to set that up. I've actually done a YouTube video on how to set up Google My Business, so that should be a helpful addition video to that. I'll go back to like what that video has actually got 25,000 views, and another one's got 40,000 views, and that's just because I put the right keywords into the titles. So check out my YouTube channel as well, because there's a lot of examples of how much traffic you can get just from using Facebook Live, putting your video up on YouTube and getting some extra traffic that way as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. My name's Ben Laing. Bye for now.